Back in July, we visited Drayton Manor for the first time and didn't have a particularly great experience, with ride closures and downtime leaving us with a ride count of just 2. When I graded that visit and handed out an overall grade of D-, I received a few comments that suggested I may have struck a nerve. Comments like,
"This review is completely unfair,"
and
"Haven't you got anything better to do in your life?"
For some context, you can check out that video in the link at the top of the screen. So with return tickets in the bank, we headed back to Drayton Manor on Saturday the 17th of October in hope of a better experience, a higher ride count and a more positive review. So were things better, worse, or was it more of the same? Keep watching to find out. If you enjoy what we do here at Loop Theme Park Adventures, then we'd love it if you subscribe to the channel for more theme park related content and drop us a like on the video. With this being a regrading, I'm going to approach it slightly differently to a regular grading video, as the rides and attractions lineup, ticket prices and dining options are all the same as they were in July. Our biggest bone of contention on our first visit was with the operations and ride reliability, and I'm pleased to say this was much improved. It's a shame that Shockwave and Maelstrom were both closed for essential maintenance, as these are probably the 2 rides I'm most eager to experience and continue to be smited by them, but just about everything else was open and available other than the handful of indoor attractions closed due to COVID restrictions. It was great to see Stormforce 10 in all its glory, and the other major thrill attractions such as Apocalypse, Pandemonium and Air Race were running all day without any issues. Not only that, but there was a much better atmosphere at the park. It was, perhaps unsurprisingly, less busy than it was in July, as well as it being a nice autumn day, so the vibe was chilled and thrilled. With it being the middle of October, there were Halloween decorations throughout, and while it didn't feel like a Scarefest style event as such, it was nice to see the effort made to dress the park for the spooky season, which helped to enhance the overall ambiance. We kicked off the day on Accelerator, the park's Vekoma family boomerang, which is a lot of fun on a small footprint, and followed this up with a dizzying ride on Drunken Barrels, a teacup style attraction with a tilting floor. After staggering off, we headed across the midway to Apocalypse, where I went solo as my friend is frightened of drop towers. Only 2 of the 4 sides were in operation, so the queue, although fairly short, was quite slow moving, but within about 20 minutes I was on and was plummeting towards the ground from 54 metres in no time. This is definitely one of the better drop towers we have here in the UK. The Bounty was up next, a pirate ship sat in a picturesque setting on the lake. We boarded on the back, which is the only place to ride a pirate ship, and enjoyed a fun ride of gut-raising weightlessness. You know what you're getting with a pirate ship, but the location of the Bounty certainly elevates its appeal. We headed to the back of the park, considered riding Stormforce, but the temperature was a bit too low to risk a soaking, and after witnessing a few riders coming off drenched, we decided to give it a miss, and instead opted for a ride on the park's Zamperla Air Race, imaginatively named Air Race. These are fun and intense flat rides, and this is no different, sending riders spiralling upside down over and over again during its cycle. This is definitely not something to ride directly after eating or if you have a weak stomach. After this, we stopped for a lunch break, grabbing reasonably priced battered sausages and chips from the fish and chip shop and sat by the lake to chill out and enjoy our meal, before we embarked on a stroll around the zoo while our food went down, including a wander around the Dino Trail. It was approaching 3 PM now, and having had a late night at Alton Towers Scarefest the night before and facing a drive back to Essex via Bedfordshire, we decided to finish our day with a ride on Buffalo Coaster, a junior-powered coaster manufactured by Zamperla, as this was a credit neither of us had. As with the Bounty, the location of Buffalo Coaster is its main selling point, with the helix over the lake being the standout section of the ride. With the expected social distancing measures in place, the queue was quite slow moving, but eventually we boarded for a back row ride. This is very much a roller coaster aimed at younger guests in the vein of Runaway Mine Train, but the 2 helices do provide moments of force. Also, the buffalo on the front looks more like a lion, but that's a discussion for another day. So with another cred added to the list, we decided to head out of the park and make our journey south. I'm pleased to say that this was a much better day than the visit in July, with improved operations leading to a far happier and more relaxed atmosphere around the park, which was enhanced by the additional Halloween theming in place. With Stormforce 10 being open, the views across the lake, which are already stunning, were made even more spectacular, with boats crashing into the water at regular intervals. There is still work to be done by Drayton Manor's new owners though, with the land previously occupied by G-Force crying out for a new thrill ride, and the requirement to get headline attractions like Shockwave and Maelstrom open and operating safely and reliably. But on the whole, this is a good park with the potential to be a great one. So with that being said, I'm happy to bump up the overall grade from a D- to a far more satisfactory C+. If you visited Drayton Manor this season, then let me know your thoughts on the park down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and get involved in the discussion in the comments below. If you'd like to follow our theme park adventures, then subscribe to the channel and enable notifications. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/looptpa and on Instagram @looptpa.